And starting off at number 10 is Missing Link. Now, I didn't have too many high expectations for this film, and I thought it was just going to be another throwaway kids film, but I was extremely wrong. Shit. I love the animation style, I love the story, I love the characters and their chemistry with one another, and just the whole movie was just fun and just exciting, and I really did come out of it really enjoying it. Number 9 is Joker. Now, I didn't have too many high expectations for it, but it did exceed them, like, just broadly. It had some surprising humor up in there, some good commentary, great acting, and just how it was crafted from just the writing and the directing and just the tone of it and just the characters. I really did enjoy it. Now, number 8 is Uncut Gems, which stars Adam Sandler, and he does get a bad rep for like the movies that he's been producing lately within the past some odd years, but this movie he did good with the frenetic pacing of it, as well as his character and just what he brought to the role, and just everybody that's surrounding it, and just the story and just how everything came together. It was a movie that was just that'll keep you on edge from beginning to end, and it has you rooting for the character, but at the same time against the character, just kind of conflicted. But I felt like Adam Sandler was just the shining star of this whole film, and he really just took it above what it needed to be, and I really loved that about it. And number 7 is Parasite. So Parasite is a movie that I saw kind of like earlier this year, and after seeing it, I had to shuffle around this list because this had to be on my top 10. This movie was surprisingly good. I'm not a fan of foreign language films, but this movie I absolutely love, and I recommend it to anybody because it had great humor, it had a great story to it, the characters were inviting, and it had something to offer. This is a movie that I didn't really expect to really like, even just a little bit, and just threw it over the roof for me. And I literally undeniably had to add it to this list. And number 6 is Dr. Sleep, which is a sequel to The Shining, and it is amazing. It has great visual effects, creepiness, has some scares up in it, and it has all around great acting from Ewan McGregor, Rebecca Ferguson, and Kylie Curran, who did an excellent job bringing out their respective roles. And it was a movie that you could go in and be like, this was a great sequel. It is vastly different from the original The Shining movie, but that's what I really liked about it. It gave you something to really grasp on and really enjoy. And number 5 is Last Christmas, which stars Emilia Clarke, and it is your average rom-com and average Christmas movie, but to me it does it amazing. It does have an emotional aspects to it. The acting is real good up in there, and I did like the characters and their play off of each other, and it is a movie that is definitely worth checking out. It's a movie that I really loved after the first scene of the first screening of it, and I got it on digital, and I've been watching it ever since. And that's why it's on this list. I love this movie to death. And at number 4 is Queen and Slim, which is a movie that I couldn't recommend any more than what I am recommending it. It is a great film, from the acting to the directing to just the tone of it, the social commentary that it delivers, and basically just one of those movies that is saying something and does have a reason to exist. And it's a movie that definitely I cannot recommend enough to anybody that will listen. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. That's why I made it on this list, because it is freaking amazing. And number 3 is Astra, which is a great sci-fi film starring Brad Pitt. It does have some good acting, especially from Brad Pitt. It has some great visual effects, some of just the best visual effects that you will see in cinemas today. And if you are a person that loves space, you would definitely love this film, because it does capture that imagination of just what it is in space, what it might look like within some years from now, and it keeps you invested within the story and what the main character is trying to do, and I thought it was done well, and that's why it's on this list. At number 2 is Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Now, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is a great film, a great Halloween film if you ask me, in my opinion, but it is a movie that is well done as far as the prosthetics, the visual effects, how they kind of blend in together, the acting up in there, as well as just the overall look and tone of it. It brings you back a nostalgia feel, if you like the the Goosebumps books, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and you love the shows, this really brings that to life, and it takes you back to when you was a kid and you was experiencing that type of stuff. And it is a great film. I've seen it twice in theaters, and I really truly love this film. And at number 1 is Ford v Ferrari, which shocked the hell out of me because I'm not a car person, but this movie does give me something to enjoy from just the car races and how they were shot, the acting, and just the overall story of a David versus Goliath type of thing. And I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie, and I'm glad I saw it in IMAX, which I think that should have been like the preferred way of seeing it because it was goddamn amazing.